Okay, I hope all of you can see the screen now. Rishikesh, just do a thumbs up. You just be my representative and tell me, can you see the screen? You can just do a thumbs up. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay. So all of you have got the PDF which was sent in the morning and also the voice recording. So I'm sure you have gone through that. I'm not going to spend time on that. We shall immediately move ahead and start working on the workshop. Yeah. So I'm sure you read this as well. Okay. Now we start off directly without wasting any time. So this or rather these are the broad contents of each day. Okay. Please understand one thing. I have simplified it to the basic core. Okay. So I will be talking in simple language so that you understand it. And the main aim is that you become confident and not confused. Okay. So here, if you see in the Potli thing, the first day, today what we are going to do, we are going to touch upon the 3-point spine, which like I told in the talk in the morning, is the first important thing in your step in astrology. Okay. In this today, we are going to be studying the chart. Okay. All the nuances of the chart. We are going to be studying a very important chart, which is the Rashi Lord chart. Wherever I've shown this heart, it means memorize or by heart. Okay. Then we are going to look into the house signification chart. Again, this needs to be memorized. So this is the first most important thing that we are going to do today. Tomorrow we are going to be looking into different formulae, different principles, which I have sort of composed so that it helps you to reach the goal faster. Third day, I'm going to show you the theorem, which I call as the Potli theorem, which is basically a formula which helps you to get to the result. And also, I will be introducing you to the software. Few of you have told me that you're finding it difficult to download, install. That is a typical thing. We all face that. So don't worry. In the course, you are not going to be actually handling the software. You will be doing it post the workshop. So don't worry. You have time. Take your time and download it. On the fourth day, we will be talking about life, real events or real cases, case studies, which have been sorted out in the last maybe couple of months. Those are the real ongoing ones because the results are also out. Okay. And this interaction basically, like I told, that we have a group, a WhatsApp group, where we meet once a week or if required, where we solve cases, where I share my cases over there and any new theorems or anything I share over there. Okay. Let's move on. So now today, what are we going to cover? So basically, we are going to cover some basic terminology, which is very, very important. We are going to learn how to observe a chart. In the chart, we are going to understand how the house numbering is done and how the aspect is counted or the hits are counted. Okay, so this is the first node of the spine. Like I told you, it's a three node spine backbone, like I told you in the morning talk. So basically, this is the first node, how to understand a chart, how the house numbering is done, and how the aspect counting is done. Okay. Then we'll be moving on to the Rashi Lord table. This is the second component of the spine, very important. Third is the house significations. Okay. So these three are the most important things and the most simplest of things that you need to understand if you need to step into astrology. Okay. Only three things, nothing more. And I will show you a method how you can very easily understand that also. Okay. Next one. So we start off. This is the first part of the spine, terminology. Okay. What are the terms? Now, this is a chart, a typical chart which you see, which has got these 12, so to say, zones. Let's call it just now. Now, everything in astrology basically revolves around houses, rashis, and planets. Okay. Everything, whatever you want to do in astrology, it will all revolve around these three things. So let's look at them one by one and try to understand. Okay. At the end of this slide, I will be putting a pause. If anyone wants to ask anything, I will unmute you. Basically, these 12 compartments that you see in the chart. Rishikesh, can you see my mouse move? Just do this. Okay, great. So in this chart, basically, if you see, there are 12, let's call them pockets or zones. There are 4 square ones and there are 8 triangular ones. Okay. These 12 are called houses. They are also called bhav They are also called ghar. They are also called cusp. You understand? So whenever you hear the word bhav, or you hear the word ghar, or you hear the word cusp, they all mean the same thing. Okay. So when you might hear words like Kaspal sublord, Kaspal nakshatra lord, Kasp means house. Okay. Now at this point of time, especially for the ones who are new to astrology or who are just stepping into astrology, I have made a very pictorial way of remembering it. And believe me, if you look at it in this way, it will set in your head properly. You will not have any confusion. So look at these houses as boxes. You know, I have actually shown a box here. So consider these 12 houses or these compartments as boxes. These boxes contain certain elements. What are they? They contain events, they contain body parts, and they contain relations. So each of these 12 have been given certain events, have been given certain body parts, have been given certain relations. So whenever you need to look for a specific event, or whenever you need to look for a specific body part which is hurting, or you want to look into a specific relation which is causing some problem or whatever, you have to look at the specific house. Okay, this you will understand in due course which house stands for what, and I will be sharing with you a PDF where I have composed a lot of these significations together. Okay, so this is as far as the houses are concerned. Now in the houses you have what are called as rashis. Okay, without getting too technical into it, and for you to have a sound understanding, imagine the rashis as a spray. Can you see the spray? I've shown a spray over here. Okay, so basically the rashi is like a spray. Each box or each house is sprayed with a rashi. So that rashi you can look at as a fragrance. The 12 rashis have got 12 different fragrances. Okay. So they are like atmospheres. They are like atmospheres in the boxes. I hope you're not getting disturbed by the crackers. Because of Navratri, there are lots of crackers in the background. Though I've shut my windows, still there's a noise. I hope it's not disturbing you. Yeah, Rishikesh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So basically, these rashis are what we normally call, you know, in our regular thing as zodiac signs. Okay. So basically, these 12 rashis are 12 different fragrances. Just keep that in mind so that you understand. So the box, each box has a different fragrance. One might have a rose fragrance, one might have a jasmine fragrance. Just for understanding, okay? There's nothing like rose and jasmine in astrology. It's just for your understanding. Okay. These rashis have been given directions. So each of the rashi has a specific direction. I have shared the chart with you in the PDF. When we come to that, I will explain that. And now the main important thing, each of these rashis or each of these atmospheres has a Rashi Lord, which I've shown here like a Genghis Khan sort of a fellow here. Rashi Lord. Rashi Lord, in very simple words, is a planet which is in charge of that Rashi. Okay? It's like a guardian of that Rashi. It's somebody who looks after that Rashi. Look at it from that way. Okay? So till now what we understood, each of the houses is like a container. The container has a fragrance sprayed in it, which is a Rashi. And the Rashi has got a guy sitting on top looking after it, which is the Rashi Lord. Okay. Now, in these boxes, which have got the atmosphere sprayed in it, we have the 9 planets. These planets are moving. Okay, that is called Gochar, or that is called transit. Okay, don't bother about it just now. I'm just giving you some words. You don't need to worry about it. These 9 planets, basically there are 7 planets and 2 shadow planets, which is Rahu and Ketu. But for the time being, we will just call them as 9 planets. Okay. So these 9 planets are also called Graha, but normally they are called planets. Okay, they're normally considered planet. And I look at them as moving soldiers because they keep moving. Okay. Now these planets have been given certain relations. Like for example, Venus can stand for your wife. Sun can stand for the father. Jupiter can be considered as a child. Moon can be considered as a mother. So they have got some relation attached to them. I will be giving you the PDF for that also. So don't worry. they have colors, which is one of the most important things which we need for our Astro Vastu. Okay, so they have colors. That chart is also there with you now. Like Jupiter is yellow, Mars is red, okay, so on and so forth. All of them have got colors, and there are certain items. Okay, so these colors and items, I have given you the thing over here, but I will be sharing with you a very detailed PDF which I have made, where you'll understand which item stands for what. Because these two, colors and items, they are the most important thing which are going to help you in your day-to-day issues. Okay, so these further things I don't want to touch upon just now because it will unnecessarily become heavy. We'll be taking it up tomorrow. So just now, to basically summarize this, or rather look at astrology in a little different way, just sit back and understand what I'm trying to say. Let me just stop the share for a minute. Okay, all of you can come on the screen if you want for a minute, because I'll be unmuting you. I want you to look at this workshop or the purpose of this workshop in a very specific manner. Mark my words. Astrology per se has always been looked at as a predictive science, correct? Everybody wants to know what is going to happen 10 years from now, what is going to happen 20 years from now, when is he going to get married, when is that going to happen? But don't you think handling your today is more important to have a smooth today, comfortable today? So basically what we are doing here in this workshop is understanding those small thorns which are hitting you every day, and how to get rid of that and make your life smooth. So astrology per se, how I look at it is, the chart or the Kundali is basically your battlefield, your battlefield. So the battlefield has got topography. Somewhere it is up, somewhere it is steep down, somewhere it is undulating, somewhere it is smooth. These are your houses. Some houses are turbulent, some houses are smooth, some houses are sloping downwards, some are sloping upwards. So that is your battlefield. On the battlefield are your soldiers. Your soldiers are who? The planets. So sometimes the planets are going uphill, sometimes the planets are cascading downhill, sometimes they are in a confrontation mode, or sometimes they are in a very friendly mode and going together. Please look at astrology in this way, what I'm trying to tell you, and it will help you. Okay. So if you understand, it is your battlefield with your soldiers laid out as per your plan, the plan with which you came down to this earth with. So there is no second or third person. It is you and your planets. We always feel that person did this, that's why this happened. This thing happened because that happened. Nothing. You will soon realize that it is all a movement of the planets which causes all this. Clear? Okay. Now, as far as that slide is concerned, does anyone have anything to say? Just put your hand up, and I will unmute you, or we can move on to the next one. Anyone has any difficulty in the first terminology thing? The newcomers especially, all okay? Wait, let me unmute you only for a minute. Okay, you can unmute yourself in case you want to say anything.
So when we say every house has a Rashi, is that correct?
Yes.
Is that, yes? And this is fixed for everybody? No.
No. That in the next slide you will understand. So, but okay. I just tell you, your houses, the configuration of the houses are fixed. As in, my first house is the same as your first house. In the North Indian,
okay.
The North Indian chart, South Indian chart is different, but in the North Indian chart, which we are going to take on, first house for me is the same first house for you, but the Rashi will change. Just wait for that in the next slide. You'll understand in the next slide.
Okay.
Anyone else has a problem?
Manish?
Yes.
So here now we are going according to the North Indian chart. South Indian.
North Indian.
Earlier when I was there, you had taken South Indian, I guess.
No. That was a chart which I have made. That is a different format. There is a North Indian.
So now,
no. There is a North Indian chart. There is a South Indian chart. There is a East Indian chart, and there is a Western chart. So these are the 4 charts across which the entire world revolves. I have made a 5th chart, which is that MRPP which you saw. Don't get into that. That is a complex thing, totally different. That is a chart which I have made. It is my copyright. Nobody knows of it also. So don't get into that. Okay. All okay on the terminology part? Everyone clear? Should I go on to the next one? Okay. I'm muting. So we go on to the next slide now. Okay. Can all of you see the slide? Rishikesh, can you see? Just put a thumbs up. Okay, great. Now this is basically how a North Indian chart looks. I've written over here. Okay. It is not so colorful. I have made it colorful so that you can relate to the houses. Okay. Now, in a North Indian chart, you know, like you say, I have numbered the houses. This lilac color or purple colored house, which is house number 1, Namrata, now this will answer your question, is always house number 1 in a North Indian chart. Okay. Get these things very clear. The This pink colored house, which is never shown pink, it is all black and white only, but I have done it for your reference. This pink or purple or lilac color house where I've written number 1 is always house number 1 in a North Indian chart. Whether it is your chart, my chart, or anybody in the world, that is house number 1. And the movement of the numbering, if you follow this white line, is always in an anti-clockwise direction in a North Indian chart. Please have this very clear. South Indian chart is barobar ulta, but let's not get into that just now. We are learning the ABC of astrology. Learn it one way and then you can expand. So house number 1 always starts here, and the house numbering always goes in an anti-clockwise direction in a rotated cross format. If you can see the white line which has got, it is like a rotated cross. Okay. So house number 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth to this. These red houses which I have shown are called as trick houses, trick. Okay, 6, 8 and 12. They are, in very simple words, let's say danger houses. Okay, for the time being. Don't look at them as good or bad or anything. They're just called as trick houses. So like I've written here, these houses are fixed for everyone. It is the same for everyone. They're fixed in the position and they go anti-clockwise. All okay so far? Can I go ahead? Yeah, anyone has a difficulty? 1 minute. Yeah, I'll be going to the next one. So, yeah, if anyone has any difficulty, you can unmute and ask over here, or I'll go ahead. All okay? Yeah. So far, it is very simple, so don't worry. No. Okay. Now, this is an important slide. Please, all of you, pay attention over here. This is the basis of your Astro Vastu or the hit theory. Okay. Now we are going to understand over here how counting of houses is done. Okay. Just bear with me. You will understand what I'm trying to say. There are 2 ways in which we are going to see this. One is what we call as the Vedic Paddhati or the Vedic way. And second one is the Western way or the degree way. Okay. Both are actually aspects or hits or drishti, but for the time being we will call it aspect. Aspect means hit. Okay, this house is hitting this house, this planet is hitting this planet, this planet is hitting this house. Okay, hit or aspect. So if you just see the yellow string which I have done over here, okay, and see the numbering. Now this ghosted image which I have put in the background are the house numbers. And at this point, Namrata, to answer your question also, these numbers are never shown. House numbers are never shown. If at all they have to be shown, they will be shown in Roman letters. The 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers that you see in a chart are the Rashi numbers. So the Rashi numbers will change. My chart might start from 6. Yours might start from 12. Somebody else's might start from 3. Okay. So those Rashi numbers will keep changing. The fragrance in the house will keep changing. So at this point, if you want to understand for the newcomers, let us say in house number 1, I have got, let us say, jasmine fragrance. So I might have 6 number over here. Your jasmine fragrance might be in the 4th house. So here you will have that number written over here, 6 written over here. Do you understand? Don't worry about it just now. Now just consider this aspect thing. So when I need to count, okay, from this house to this house, in the Vedic Paddhati, I start off with that house. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in very simple words, what I'm trying to say is that this house is casting a 5th aspect onto this house. Again here, don't look at the numbers, first house, second, just look at the any house to any house. So this house is giving a 1, 2, 3, third aspect to this house. This house is giving a 1, 2, 3, 4 aspect to this house. Okay. So if we have to look at the houses which are shown in this ghosted, the first house is giving a fifth aspect or Pachvi Drishti, in case you want to know, fifth house or Pachvi Drishti to this fifth house. The sixth house over here is giving a Tisri Drishti to the eighth house over here. The ninth house is giving a Chauthi Drishti or fourth aspect to the 12th house. Anyone has anything to say? Anyone has any difficulty?
So is this configuration going to remain the same for everybody?
The house
The
number,
Chauthi Drishti, Panchvi Drishti, whatever you were saying. Will that?
Don't bother about Chauthi Pachi. When we come to the third slide, you'll understand how different planets have different drishtis. But this is what I'm teaching is the numbering. Don't bother about the third or fourth or fifth drishti. When you have to count, okay, because this is the very basis of Astro Vastu. So when you have to count that a planet seated over here is giving some effect over here, is it giving or not, first of all? And if at all it is giving, then how do you count what drishti it has got? The next thing is I will be teaching the degree, but just if you look at the drishti, the Vedic mother or the aspect, this one is giving this one what aspect? So then you need to count. So you have to start over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Krishna, do you understand?
It's
Got
all
it.
disconnected parts of a puzzle which haven't come together. So right now there are only questions. I think as it unfolds, it will come together, but I'm not able to put it together as yet.
The aspect part you have not understood.
What do you mean by aspect? I don't understand what is aspect. That means in these 12 houses, there are 12 Rashis. Now, everybody's houses are the same, but everybody's Rashis are not the same. Correct?
Yes.
Now your house and your Rashi, do they have to match? Do they not have to match? I don't understand.
Okay.
And planets are your moving soldiers. So what is connected? How are we connecting the three as three parts? Okay. Now you said that, okay, houses are called bhav or kaspa or ghar. Correct? And they are made up of event, body parts and relations. That much I have understood. The second part, which is Rashis, Rashis have a Rashi Lord. Now, what is the connection with the house?
Yes. So I will
So
explain.
it's all disconnected right now. Maybe you go on and then it will fall in place.
It will fall into place. Just bear with it. This is astrology. This
Okay.
is ABCD.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
will explain it to you because I do not want you to continue on a confused thing. So let me explain any damn one house. Okay, any house. Okay, any house.
Okay.
Any of those cubes. Okay, this is going to log off in 3 minutes. So please, all of you log back in with the same username password. Huh? Okay, I will talk till it goes on. So Namrata, just imagine any
Right.
one house is a box. Okay.
Right.
In that
Yeah.
box, let's look at house number 1 just for discussion.
Right.
House
Yes.
number 1, or let's look at house number 4 because that people will relate to better. House number 4, the position of house number 4 in the chart is the same for
Right.
every damn person in the world, in the North
Correct.
Indian chart. Okay. Fourth house, like I said, contains events, body parts, relations.
Correct.
So if you have to look for any, so okay, fourth house contains the mother. I'll just give you 1-2 examples. It consists of your home or rather home atmosphere. It consists of your luxuries. It consists of the chest area, fourth. So if you have to look for something related to your mother, you will look in your chart in the fourth house. If I have to
Okay.
look for something related to my mother, I will look in my chart in the fourth house.
Okay.
You have some pain in the chest, you will look for the fourth house in your chart. I have some pain in my chest, I will look in my chart in the fourth house. So what does that mean? That the items which are there in the box are the same for you, the same for me. Correct?
Okay.
Now, where does the difference happen? So that is where the Rashi comes in. Like I told you, the house numbering is the same, though it's not shown. The numbers change. So basically, let's say in house number 4, for discussion's sake, let's say you have got number 1, that is your Rashi 1 is posited in that house. Let us say that Rashi 1 for discussion's sake is a rose fragrance, let us say. So in your house, in the 4th box, 4th house, a rose fragrance has been sprayed in. So you are in the atmosphere of what? Rose fragrance. Let's say in my chart, the rose fragrance is sprayed in the 6th house, let us say. So where your Rashi number, that rose spray, let us say you got 1 over there, my 1 will move to the 6th house. So my first Rashi is in the 6th house. Your first Rashi is in the 4th house. So let's look at one house at a time. So your 4th house, which has got the same mother, luxuries, everything over there, has got the first fragrance over there. So your first Rashi is seated over there. Now, in the 3rd slide, you'll understand what I mean by Rashi Lord. So let's not jump to it just now.
Okay.
You'll understand what a Rashi Lord is and what that one signifies and what you need to understand. So as of now, I just want you to understand the Kundali, the 12 divisions and how it is numbered. Don't jump beyond that.
Okay.
It's going to log off in a minute now. So I'll just continue with this till it cuts off. Okay. Let's go step by step. By the end of today, your ambiguities will be clear. I can assure you that. And if it doesn't clear, you call me up. I will explain again. Don't worry on that. Okay. So as of now, just to summarize it, just look at the chart, understand how the divisions are made, how the numbering is made. Bas, nothing beyond that just now. Okay. Anyone else has anything to say? Because this Redmi Note 1, Madhvi, have you come in? Who is Redmi?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Hope you didn't miss out much.